Alright, welcome back, makers. Tonight I'm going to show you the print settings for the mask that I recommend. Now, I know the other video shows print settings for the version 2 of this mask. However, I don't like that mask as much. I like this one a lot better, and this is the one I'm printing. If you can get the other one to work, that's great. Work with that one. But for me, this is the one that I recommend because it's durable, lasts longer, and though it takes an extra half hour to an hour to print, I just feel that it's a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the STLs in my slicer, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I went ahead and loaded them. So I'm using Idea Maker. It's a fabulous, I was going to say fantastic. It's a fantastic and fabulous slicer. It's free, and I love it. I'm using it with my CR10, and it's just amazing. So here's what you need to do for print settings for this one. I'm just going to show you basic ones. My layer height, 0.32. I'm using a 0.4 nozzle, stock printer, and everything. So 2 shells, that's fine. First layer height, 0.32. My layer start point for every time it switches a layer, it's fixed, and I'm always going to have the seam on a reflex or convex corner. That just puts them all in one spot, so it's not like random. And but these do not matter. This is not a part that needs to look pretty. Okay, I'm running a 0.5 millimeter extrusion width, and infill, I'm going to drop this down to 10%. Whoops, didn't want to hit enter to save it. So 10%, 2 top and bottom layers, and then temperature, I'm redropping this back down to 210. Now my speeds. Okay, so this inner shell speed I'm putting to 60, and then I'm going to bump this one up to 55. First layer is fine. Infill, these ones can be 55, no issue. For your bottom and top fill speeds. So this is the way it should look for your speeds. Now advanced, don't need anything. Ooze, enable retraction at bottom and top of models. We don't need that. We don't care if there's any scarring. I just put avoid retraction inside the models. That gives us less retractions, and if you have a Bowden style motor like I do, extruder, the less retraction, the better. So, let's see, fill gaps in shells. If we don't have this, right inside of here will be hollow, and we don't want that. We need fill gaps in shells. That way it creates in there. Yes, it takes a little extra time, but it prevents a whole lot of headaches. You want this to be as solid as possible. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Let's go ahead and slice all 3. And we're just going to see, should take probably about 3 hours. 3 hours, 19 minutes. My other computer, I can get it down to exactly 3 hours. So that means I need to mess around with some settings. However, this works right here. Go ahead and toy around with your speeds. And I think the reason why I can get it faster is because I'm using a more updated version of Idea Maker. So, and I'm going to bump this up to 60, because if the inner one can handle 60, so can the outer. So, let's go ahead and slice. Each slicer is different, so your goal is to try to get it around 3 hours. 3 hours, 16 minutes, so anyway. Okay. So that is the best print settings for this mask. Now, you could try to arrange these closer so it's less print head movement. Maybe it might slow down. Not slow down. It'll either increase or decrease the timing. Alright. Now while I'm here, let's talk about face shields. I'm going to go ahead and delete these. I'm going to supply you guys with an NIH certified face shield visor. The original one is NIH certified. All I did was remix it so that you don't have to tie rubber bands around it. You can just slide them in there, and it also uses a 3-hole punch instead of their full 4-hole punch. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now you'll notice on the model name it says 101 scale. That's because when I made this. I scaled it up to 101% before I exported the STL. That's just to make sure that these little clips right here would be big enough so that it held a transparency film in place really tight. So notice it's a closed brim. Right here it's closed, there's no opening. It has this 1/2 inch brim right here to make it comfortable on the forehead, and right here you'll notice the gaps. These were closed in the original, but all I did was added these holes so that you can tie rubber bands. The NIH guideline is this needs to be completely filled, and this needs to be at least 1/2 inch, which is where I've kept it. So print settings for this, you can literally leave it the same as the mask. So let's go ahead and slice it. It should be about 45 minutes. Yeah, so 46 minutes. However, I lied. Change this to 16%. I know that's an odd number, but it needs to be higher. And I'll show you why. So let's go in the preview. So as we go through our layer view, okay, see how it's empty right here? Just the way this particular STL slices. If these are too big, these gaps, with 10%, it creates massive gaps along this brim. So if you use 15%, there's just still a little bit, but 16 to 17% seems to be the best. And this still prints at 48 minutes. Takeoff, I know when I did it, it did it in about 44 minutes. So and I print 2 at a time. So what I do is I'll take this, duplicate it, and rotate it so that it's kind of like chain links, you know, and it fits on my build plate, and then I print it, and it's even faster than 44 minutes. I can get it in an hour and 30 minutes, so 45 minutes, there we go. So yeah, and when I print singly, it's 47 minutes plus cooldown time to get it off the build plate. So you save time printing too. If you can fit 4 on there, go for it. You'll print a lot faster. Anyways, so most important on the face shield is this 16% infill. Everything else can be the same as the masks. So that's why I designed it this way and remixed it this way so that it was easy to interchange. Okay, awesome. So thank you for watching this video. Now remember, I recommend this mask. This is the one that I personally use, and I really like it because this fits tightly with the filters. This goes over, creates a shield, and when you remove this shield, it's really easy. Then all you have to do is use your knuckle and pop out this plate to rechange the filter. And this is super strong, so nothing's going to break. It's nice. I love it. Okay, perfect. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned, and thank you for all the hard work that you guys do.